Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take the resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below. And I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is just a tool. It's not the final rule. So let's have an empty cup if you really want to see what's up, okay? We're starting off with the energy of the Queen of Wands, Paimon, okay? Teaches arts and sciences and tells anything one desires to know, gives dignities, can make any man subject to one's demands, gives good familiars. So this is the energy of prosperity and good luck collective. Let me move the light a little closer. This is the energy of good luck. This is the energy of prosperity and opportunity entering your life. If you have been having some moments where you feel things have been slow, have been stagnant, well, this is the time. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. For you to be blessed, feel blessed, and experience the best. Okay. So this energy is here and saying that there's an energy present to assist you on your path, on your mission. If there's something you're concerned about, something you've been trying to create or obtain, that it will happen for you, okay? And also, I'm picking up someone could be concerned about learning a new skill, a new trade. Well, this energy is also here letting you know that they are in support of this new skill, this new trade or hobby. So there's no need to be nervous about being the new person in town, okay? The new person on a job, the new person in a social setting or community, that there is support awaiting you collective, okay? So they're saying to be confident, okay? Do not allow anyone or anything to waver you in your decision. There's something that you're making a decision or you're choosing to partake in or be a part of, and they're saying for you to remain confident because you are being supported, okay? In other realms and other dimensions, you are being supported. You do have a spirit team that is supporting you and working on your behalf collective. So this could be something. Another good example: being new to the job. When there's a new person on any job, there's always a clique or someone who wants to treat the new person like they are the rookie, or they may want to test you. They may want to test your pimping. They may want to test you. Some people just observe the new person and mind their business, but there's always that little portion of unhappy people who that's a new person, let's pick on them kind of energy. Maybe they want to give you the worst assignments. Maybe they want to not rotate different projects or, different things could go on and take place. But they're saying for you to not be intimidated. Don't allow anyone to make you nervous, afraid, or feel intimidated. Part of the world that we live in, we have people who are happy, people who have a life and have things going on. And then we have people who are just not happy. And there's nothing we can do about that. But do not allow yourself to be discouraged or be in fear because maybe you're new to a place, a location, an ideal, or learning a skill. We were all once in our life at one point or another new to something. And it's okay to be the new person. That's how we learn. But they want you to remain confident, okay? Because you do have leadership skills and qualities. So they don't want you to feel intimidated, if someone's gossiping, trying to slander your character. This could be anything. These are things to ignore because there's a goal and an agenda of a person who is insecure, of a person who does not have a life of their own. I can't think of any other reason, especially if you're new to a workplace and a person doesn't know you and they choose to be unfair to you. They choose to maybe try to just make things hard for you, not put the schedule in rotation, maybe give you the worst assignments. If it's a corporate setting, maybe they give you the worst office or the cubicle that nobody likes, or the company computer that's the slowest, that kind of energy. If you're a cashier as well, I'm picking that up. This could be a manager or a supervisor who's just nasty all the time, that kind of energy. Spirit is saying for you to remain grateful and patient with yourself. once again, do not allow you being new to an area or anything you're engaged in to allow people to make you feel intimidated. There's something with the emperor here that you have leadership qualities. You may have been hired as a cashier, but you do have the potential and the qualities of a manager. You could possibly do their job better than they are doing their job. Okay. And so they're saying for you not to give up or feel like, oh, I'm about to quit. I just can't take this. It's part of life. You will always have someone who wants to mock, tease, gang up on people. It's just natural. You have people who troll. If you're on social media, you have people who troll. They try to get people's attention. It's because they want a response. And, it's part of life. Okay. So don't allow this thing to bother you. I'm also picking up in the past, there has been a situation or something you were very passionate about, and you chose to give up because you could not tolerate maybe the teasing, the picking, it got to you and you gave up. Well, your spirit team is saying for you not to give up, for you to stay the course, for you to trust the process and not allow people just because, they don't resonate with you or they don't like what you're doing. Look, I'm not for everybody, and you should not want everyone to be for you, vice versa, because we all are uniquely what? Individually, divinely created. We all have different lives. We come from different backgrounds. And we're supposed to. There's nothing wrong with that. And we all have different things that we like and we don't like. So you don't want everyone to be for you. If you're someone who's into healing, if you're someone who's peaceful, well, most likely you're not going to entertain people who are chaotic. And most likely you recognize as someone who is chaotic or low vibrational or insecure. A strong, confident person is able to identify insecurity as well as someone that just is simply seeking attention, because most likely, even if a person don't know you or whether they do, or I'm also picking up there's someone who's mad because they don't have access to you. And there's also someone who could be observing you and could have some kind of jealousy going on. So I'm getting someone's mad because they don't have access. Someone is insecure and just jealous. And this is personal. These things are personal, and these are things that they have to work on. So your spirit team is like, why allow anyone to dethrone you? Ignore the foolishness. These are people who are not on your level, and it's okay. They can be them, allow them to be them. You continue to be you, and, stand in the truth of who you are. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to dim your light. Everybody's just not going to be for you, collective. And because you're the new person, I keep getting the new person, like on a job scene, on a work scene. And, this could be maybe you're eating lunch, you're in the break room and you notice, and it's kind of infantile and childish at the same time. Maybe you're eating lunch and you notice, a certain person, this could be a person or a group of people who maybe they stare at you, or maybe they want to bump you, or they're collaborating with others because, oh, the new person thinks they're cute, or they think they fine. They think they smart, it's very childish. So just as I am laughing, Spirit wants you to do the same thing. These are people who are just insecure, and it has nothing to do with you. They're bored. They have no life. As I have mentioned in several other reads, you can tell when a person love themselves. You can tell when a person truly loves themselves, and you can also tell when a person has a life that they feel collective that is worth living. And just let that marinate right there. You can tell when a person really truly loves themselves and they feel that their life is really worth living. They're not going to waste any time there with foolishness. It's okay to crack a joke. It's okay to have a good time. But people who really love themselves are mindful of the energy that they put out, because it will always return. And people who feel that their life has value, there are people roaming about us on a daily who feel they have nothing to live for. And these people who feel that their life is worthless or they have nothing to live for, well, these are people who are to give you the rookie treatment, or let's collaborate against the collective, or let's pick, let's see, can we get a reaction? These people feel they have no life. They feel insecure. And so they're craving attention. You could be someone, as I said earlier, you could have a peaceful, calming nature, and that disturbs someone who is full of toxicity. That disturbs someone who is low vibrational, someone who feels insufficient, someone who doesn't like what they see when they look in the mirror. That disturbs those kind of people. And so that's why it's important to never over assert yourself where you don't belong. If someone doesn't resonate with you, it's okay. You need to vibe with your tribe. Know and learn how to identify it. Like sometimes you have to look at it like it's a science project. You have to like turn your head to the left, to the right. And you have to look at it like it's a science project, like, oh, this is another low vibrational being. Oh, this is someone who is insecure. Oh, maybe they'll feel better. This is just, okay, just they're a hater, someone hating for no reason. Okay, that's none of my business. And just simply remove yourself from the equation. Okay, because we have the King of Cups here. Okay, it says mature, compassionate, okay, friendly, empathetic, wise, diplomatic, and balanced. So you have a balanced nature about you. And so this intimidates people, whether they know you or not. This makes people want to, and you may say, well, I don't like it. Well, of course you may not, but don't allow it to make you weak, make you feel insecure. You do not want to take on their energy, because the goal is to distract you. The goal is to make you discouraged about yourself, about your life, maybe about showing up to work. I picked up earlier, someone was like, I'm just going to quit. Spirit, like, no, don't quit your job. Be grateful for the job that you are given. Now, if you choose to resign or turn in a 2 weeks notice because you have employment somewhere else, yeah, cool. But never let it be because of the actions of a peon, because of the actions of someone who is insecure, who feels insufficient, of someone who feels they're not chosen, because that's just simply what it is. And so we can't control other people outside of us, and it's none of their business how they feel about us, but we can control how we respond. The life we live here on planet Earth is about how we respond. So find your tribe, okay? Find your tribe. I don't know who sings that beautiful song, Find Your Tribe. It echoes on the other side. It echoes on the other side. That's a beautiful song. Find your tribe and never mind the nonsense. These are people who are lost. And I'm picking up something about you. Maybe you're someone who's also gone through some kind of phase, or you could be in it now, some kind of healing journey. You've made some kind of changes. And it's just your aura, it's your energy, but it's nothing you need to change about you. You just need to be mindful to identify what energy is yours and what energy isn't. Because often, a lot of us, if you're not aware, and you're not working on developing your awareness of your power and what isn't your energy, you will pick up someone else's energy, mistakenly so. Someone else could be unhappy and insecure, and before you know it, you're feeling insecure and unhappy. And if you don't know, you don't know. So spirit wants you to get into the habit of staying 10 toes down. Both feet here in the emperor is down, to the floor, and they want you to stay the course. What do you think successful people go through and celebrities go through? They have people trolling them. They have people gossiping about them. Some of it's true, some of it's accusations. But what do you think? I mean, just anyone you feel, because we all have different opinions when it comes to success. Think about anyone that you feel collective is successful or wealthy or has been in the game for a long time, meaning they have longevity. Don't you think that they endure people giving them, gossip, trying to attack their character? They undergo just as much as what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is breadcrumbs. But as you move forward and progress, Spirit is saying this comes with it. You're gonna have some haters. You're gonna have some naysayers. You're gonna have those jealous people. And actually, when people choose to disrespect you in any way or give you their attention, or but maybe they want to make I don't know, a hindsight comment, say something and act like it's a comment, but it's really a shot. People are, it's a goal to try to destruct your self-esteem to the point where they want you to become overwhelmed. They want you to become upset and emotional so that you'll give up on whatever it is that you are working on or working towards. It's an agenda, collective. So be slow to throw in the towel. Let that marinate and be easy on yourself, because the goal is a person will try to attack because they want you to be overwhelmed, and they know once you become overwhelmed, then got them. I can make the collective give up on that job, on that career, on pursuing their furthering their education, starting a business, writing that book, whatever it is, starting that brand, starting that podcast. There are people who troll on social media, as I just mentioned, all day, every day. Many behind fake accounts, fake thumbnails, but who cares? Because the fact that if you have their attention, if you are on social media and you have their attention, guess what? Got them. You have their energy. You have their energy, and you can harness their energy and transmute that and make it work for something positive for yourself. So those who know that. Cardi B said it once. She said, "I love this media, and I love my haters too." She's saying, because either way I'm winning, either way I'm winning, either way I'm growing, either way I'm pursuing my career, I'm living my life, and there's nothing no one can do about it. The thing is, when you choose to engage and you get upset and you address, the weakest link, give them no attention, because they have no power. And these people, if they're treating you like this on the job, they know that. They see something about you. Often it has been said for many years that often it's a lot of throne energy out here with the Queen of Wands. That usually when a new person comes into a workplace or any kind of group setting, that people feel, and I used to didn't understand, but now I get it. People feel that you're going to take their position. So you may be saying, I don't want their position. I'm grateful just to have the job. But there's something about your energy, with the Queen of Wands here. See, it says energetic, lively, strong, brave, enthusiastic, and fun. Now, and confident and optimistic. Now, I just mentioned we have three throne cards out here, and thrones represent earning a rite of passage. You have put in the work. Like I said, there's something here. You've done a lot of work on yourself, and it's positive. It's about progress. Maybe you've lost weight. For the males, maybe you've lost weight and you're building muscle. Maybe your skin is clear. You're very attractive and alluring. And if it's not aesthetics, it's just your oomph. It's just your pheromone. People will gravitate to you. You have an alluring nature. Okay, and this could cause envy. Now, though the workplace is for everyone to focus on their job description and not be so hyper focused on whether or not who gets the most attention, people can feel this intimidation, collective, just by you being in the room, or just by you showing your face, or just by them hearing your voice. It's just your energy. It comes off to be impactful, but it's supposed to be. This is one of your divine gifts. You have that innate ability. You have the gift of the catalyst of change. And when I say the catalyst of change, I'm speaking of, you have an aura that sends out an alarming nature, to those who are in their shadow, to those who have been resistant to doing the work. So you may experience a lot of haterism, a lot of jealousy, a lot of trolling, a lot of people lying on you, or you may say to yourself, well, I've been dealing with this a lot throughout my life, don't you know? This is because your innate ability of the catalyst of change. You were unaware previously, but this is your confirmation, not a coincidence, that this is part of your gifts. And you were chosen and given this gift because the divine knew and your ancestors knew that you are the right person, that you could and would understand the assignment and execute expeditiously. Okay, that you are strong, that you will stay the course, that you will follow through and not let, these little bitty things, fruit flies, I call them fruit flies, bother you. Okay, whether they're trying to land on the last piece of watermelon or not, we'll just buy more. Right. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, and it's one of your gifts. We all have several gifts. I'm a firm believer of that. It's just one of your gifts, and you were chosen because they feel that you are the one who is equipped to execute what needs to be done, to spread the light that needs to be spread. And this is done without you saying a word. This is done even through people who don't even know you. You create a friction, your aura, your voice, the appearance of you. As a matter of fact, you're so powerful, you could not even be present on the scene. And if someone is talking about you, there go that friction. Those who are living in the shadow and not doing the work, those who are refusing to doing the healing and the surrendering, there go that friction. It ignites a fire within them. And they don't even know what it is. There are people who take actions and have spiritual attachments on them, and they don't even know what they are doing. They don't even know. They just know there's something going on, but and they can't figure it out. Sometimes people invoke energy and have energy attachments onto them. Okay, and that's their business. That's their business. But other time there are people who are just have crossed the path of a catalyst. And this is, I'm gonna give you a good example. This is a good example, and I'm pretty sure you've heard many people say this before. You'll be somewhere, this could be anywhere. This could be in church, this could be at work, this could be around your family, this could be kicking it with your friends. And somebody walks down the street or walks in the room. And what does somebody say? I don't like him. I don't like her. And the next person responds, why? Why you don't like them? And the answer is, I don't know. I just don't like them. That's because that is possibly someone who has the gift of the catalyst of change. And just because that person is walking down the street or walking down the room or coming into an environment, their energy arrives before they get there. And it creates friction to those who are in their shadow, those who are needing to do the shadow work, but they're in resistance. They're living their life and moving forward, but they're in resistance of doing the work. That's what it is. That's a perfect example. When you hear people say, I don't like them. Why you don't like them? I don't know why. I just don't like them. And they may say it with a lot of passion. They may say it with a lot of animosity and have you like, huh? Scratching your head like, what? What that mean? That's what it is. And folks don't know. Some people are aware and others aren't, but that's what it is. And so that's why it's very important, once again, to stay encouraged, remain optimistic no matter who you are, where you are, or what's going on, and trust and believe that you are always being supported. There's a higher power working for you. So you have to trust this and stand on it, 10 toes down. Believe it or not, there's a higher power working for you. So stand in confidence, whoever you are, no matter where you work, or what's going on with you, any challenges you're going through. You can make it, you can persevere through it. You have been chosen. You have been gifted the ability. There are no coincidences. There's no such thing as an coincidence at all. You've been chosen for this time, this purpose, that job, that lifestyle, the family you come through. You've chose that family. You chose this path, this journey. You may have forgotten, and then here's your support. They're letting you know we're supporting you. We will bring what's necessary for you on your path. We will assist you with that. Your spirit team, the divine, is working in spaces and places and orchestrating things so that it can cross your path. Whether this is money, resources, employment, healing, healing ideas. Maybe you're someone who wants to. Maybe you're someone who wants to inquire about holistic healing and cleansing. I'm picking that up. Maybe you're concerned about finding a holistic practitioner that is fitting for you. Those things will be provided, as you move forward. So they're saying keep going because, see, with the Ace of Pentacles, the portal is open here. This has a purpose. This portal being open has a purpose. There's a reason this pentacle is here. It's because you have earned the right of passage. The Emperor, the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, okay? And, the King, the Emperor, the Queen, I'm picking up also, this is experience. This is the energy of someone who is experienced. You've been through a lot. You've endured enough. You've passed the test. And so, right when you're on the brink of whatever you are desiring, do not allow the naysayers and the haters to disturb your peace or make you feel discouraged. Stay encouraged, collective, no matter what it looks like. Don't allow people to trick you out of your spot. Don't allow people to make you give up. I don't care what it is. Have the tenacity and the wits within you. Have that much love for thyself that you refuse to give up on yourself. Do something you never done before. There's no need to be discouraged. Be encouraged. You're being supported. You're being supported. And this pentacle, it represents money. It's monetary, but it also represents the right people coming into your life. The right resources coming into your life. You could be a parental figure. Maybe you're desiring the right schooling. Maybe you're like, you know what? I don't want my kids going over here. I found a better school, It could be anything. Maybe it's housing. Hey, I want to relocate. I want to see something different. Maybe you want to see something different. People don't always move because they're running from something or they're getting evicted. There are people who just desire to see something different. And so all that you desire, it is here and you're being supported. You have earned it, okay? And so don't be so hung up on time, Spirit is saying. Don't feel like so much time has passed that what you've been praying or trying to manifest will not come to pass, because that's another way to be tricked out of your spot. It is already done. It is already here. Stand in that power and stay in that power. And whenever you feel that you have a question, you know exactly what to do. Tap into the Christ within, go within. The essence is within you. The essence has never parted from you. Now, I know you may have been taught otherwise. Yes, we've all been told this, but the essence has never of the Most High parted from you. And all you have to do is communicate. Take time, to have your prayer, your meditation, reading your scriptures, whatever works for you. Do what works for you. Okay, no one can tell you what works for you, but this reading is just confirmation and just a spiritual nudge to stay confident. And whenever you have questions, take time to pause, take time to go within, because all that you seek and you desire, it's already present, especially within you, collective. Stay encouraged, stay encouraged. When you see a goofy, don't entertain it. When you see a clown, don't engage. You engage, you interact, you respond. A clown will do what? What do they do at the circus? They will perform. So you don't ever engage when you see foolishness or you see someone, insecure, or they're just on that childish energy. Leave them with their energy by not engaging with them. Treat it like a science project. Turn your head, look to the left. Turn your head, look to the right. Okay, something going on and we don't know what it is. Back away from it. Disengage. Do not communicate at all. Leave a fool with their foolishness and continue to stand in your garden and enjoy life. Stay focused on people, places, and things that support you. I say that a lot because I stand on it. Don't entertain people or places who are not in support of you. If you know someone doesn't resonate for you, well, that's your answer right there. Simply keep it moving, keep it going. You don't have to stoop to their level. You don't have to wish them no harm. Stay focused on the love. Where we are now here, you know, at this time, in this year, in this moment, really, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, this is not the time to dabble into the low vibrational energy. This is not, love is supreme, collective. Love is supreme. I was about to say 1,000 words. Love is supreme. We know what supreme is. Love is supreme. The best thing you can do is focus on the love. If there's something going on in your life that you're uncomfortable with, focus on working on that. One thing at a time. You don't have to do everything at once. Okay? But right now, love is supreme. And anyone who is still, in that old energy that is dissipating, just like the music is having a drastic shift and change because it's time for that. It's time for the conscious music to come to the forefront. Just like the world is having a massive awakening, it's time for people to wake up. We're in a different paradigm for those who are on that timeline because everyone isn't. You could be sitting next to someone else who's somewhere else on another timeline. They're in their own little energetic bubble. Everyone has their own little simulation going on. We have our own small world, which is what we experience throughout our life, living within a bigger world, planet Earth. We have our own thing going on. And so just because you're communicating with that person, don't assume that everything they know, or what you're feeling, they feel. Everyone, and they're supposed to have their own, because they have their own lives, right? We all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. They have their own simulations. They have their own experiences, their own opinions and ideas of what life is to them. And that's okay. It's supposed to be that way. That is wonderful. But keep that in mind. Just because you're talking to them or a person smile at you, that could be that same person that when you turn the corner or turn your back, they're frowning at you. They're mean mugging you, but don't let that affect you. That is them really revealing themselves. A hater, a jealous person, an insecure person, someone who doesn't like what they see. Check my video out when they don't like what they see. Those are the actions. There are certain actions when a person doesn't like what they see in the mirror. And I'm not talking about who's the most handsome and who's the prettiest. What I'm saying, when a person looks in the mirror and they don't like the image that they see, because the windows of the soul has so much necessary attending that needs to be done that has been disregarded. So they don't like what they see. And especially when a person knows that you are tapped in, they're afraid of what you may know. They feel like they're going to be revealed. And a person could be so insecure and low vibrational, they could feel that because they're diabolical, they're negative, they like the toxicity. They feel like everyone is that way. Everyone does not utilize their intuitive abilities the same way. I always say we are uniquely, individually, divinely created. Everyone is not going to reveal you. Yes, you have a lot of secrets. And yes, there are people who know your secrets. But you cannot be angry and upset and be afraid and watching because you think someone is going to reveal something about you. That's for some people who needs to hear that. Everyone doesn't use their gifts the same way. There are people who have respect for what they do. And we have free will and we can move about how we please, but everyone does not misuse their gifts. I'm picking up on someone watching because they're waiting to hear a name or a situation. Doesn't work like that. So you can calm down. Doesn't work like that. People are different. Readers are different. Diviners are different. That's what somebody need to hear that. Now back to the reading at hand. So we have the magician energy here. Okay. So tap into your magician energy. Tap into your inner niggle, your inner wiggle. Spirit wants you to focus on all the times in your life of you've had overcoming moments that you've persevered. If you reflect on, oh, I've been through so much, well, reflect on those moments, collective, where you have overcame, and you were shocked yourself. We all have those moments like, huh, I'm shocked myself. We ran 3, 4 blocks. I can't believe I made it. So harness that energy, all the moments in your life that are happy, pleasant, moments of you smiling, moments of you experiencing joy and overcoming. Spirit is saying tap into that energy. But stay the course. Make sure you're doing lots of cleansing and removal as well. Whatever cleansing and removal of negative energy is for you, you can research those things if you feel to do so. Mm-hmm. To each its own, but everybody don't use their gifts the same. Yeah, somebody's watching because they want to know if something in particular is going to be mentioned. Baby, it don't work like that. It don't work. It don't work like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. So this reading is revealing the brokenhearted, those who are sad and mad and feeling bad. But it's not for you to engage. Don't respond. Let people be foolish and ignorant. Let people act the clown. Don't respond. Don't gossip about them either. There's something about gossiping in the workplace. We say we're not gonna gossip, but you know how that one coworker, so and so happened the other day, and you really don't want to, but before you know it, you've been in get you look, you've been in respond. Yeah, I heard it happened about 4 o'clock. Did you see? They got called in the office. So be mindful, collective, about gossiping with anyone on your job. Don't gossip about anyone. Punch in, punch out. This energy will dissipate and pass. But with this 3 of Swords here, these people who may be picking or trying to create some kind of disturbance, these are broken-hearted people. You see pain in the corner? These are broken-hearted people. These are people who never felt loved. They never felt chosen. Maybe they always wanted to be the first one, and maybe somebody always made them the second or the third or fourth one to be chosen. And instead of addressing these issues, like I said, we live in a world where people roam about each other on a daily, worldwide. Now, as big as the world is, think about it. Carrying this baggage, carrying these feelings and emotions about how they feel. And instead of addressing them, they leave their homes each and every day dressed up, looking like everything is okay, but the inside, they're spiritually and emotionally disheveled. There's things that needs to be addressed that are being ignored. So that's where you find those people who are put in positions of authority. Unfortunately, sometimes, that rude boss or that person that doesn't know how to speak. We understand that if you're in management, there must be boundaries, but there's a way to communicate with all your workers, all your employees. But these are people who come out of their home and they look like everything okay, but it really isn't. And they come out of their home projecting that energy, onto whoever's around them or whoever they are encountering for that day or that moment. So yeah, stay encouraged. You're being supported here. Whether this is work, a passion project, falling in love, okay, expanding your family, buying a house, a car, whatever you're working on. Maybe you're learning something, maybe you're learning new skills. Stay encouraged, okay? Later.